Good morning, Minecrafters, and I believe this is episode 7 of my Let's Play series. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of decorating and moving some stuff around. I went ahead and made some item frames, and these are very interesting. They're very easy to make. Unfortunately, in the PC I've seen they actually stick to the... hold on a sec, I'll show you. In the PC, you can actually stick them to the front of the chest, but you can't do that yet on Xbox. So we can't do that, but what you can do is you can put them on a wall, and you can put a map in it, or you can put a clock in it. So I found that to be pretty fun anyway. And I moved my music collection down here. I've given away 2 of my cat discs, but I kept one, and then I also have found the mall disc, and it's pretty good. And in the new update, they also made the sound go farther for the record player, which I think is pretty cool. Today, I'm going to create an XP farm slash dog food farm. And we're going to need a bunch of tools. I'm going to need water, since you can stack buckets, but you can only stack empty buckets, of course. Let's see, you never go anywhere without your protection. I'm wearing my armor, which I think you saw. Oops. What am I doing? So I'm wearing my iron armor, and it's doing pretty well. It's still got some good life in it. And I've got my bow. I've got my enchanted sword, my enchanted bow. This is a new enchanted bow that I made the other day. It actually has a power 4 on it. I had a power 3 before, and it's got a punch 2, and I had a punch 1 before. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to have some arrows. Although it's an infinity bow, you still have to have some arrows in your inventory. You have to have at least 1. But I don't see any point in not taking 64 since you're using a slot anyway. 64 looks like a nice happy number to me. And I'm going to take my good picks with me just in case. And let's see, I need some wood. And I'll just take a stack of wood. There we go. And let's see, I'm going to need signs, but I'm going to need more than that anyway. You know, I will probably need a chest, but I'm going to need more than that anyway. Well, I'll need at least 1 chest, but you know what, I think I'll just I've got the wood, and I think I'll just make it there. It's no big deal. The one thing is to make sure I have enough food with me. And I don't know if you noticed this in the new update, you know, you can make different colors wood depending on what blocks of wood you have in your inventory. And I just find that really neat. And also I'm going to show you how I got up to the surface here from, see, I think I have everything I need. If I don't, I'm sure I'll find out. Yeah, it's nighttime, but that won't matter once we're underground. As you can see, I've been cleaning this out, and this is all going to be a wood floor, and then there's going to be a tower going up. And this is fun. I made a snow golem. All you do to make a snow golem is you make 2 blocks of snow, and you put a pumpkin on the head. And so he's been wandering around here, and when stuff comes along, I actually had 3. Let's see, I have 2 in here today, I think. Yes, okay. I made 3, but somehow they're jumping over the fence. See, there's one in the water there. I'm not really sure how they do that, and I kind of suspect that this snow here makes this half-high block, and so then they're able to jump over, because the fence technically is 1.5 blocks. See, he's clearing it. Top of that fence almost. So I might have to do something with that. Not really sure. Oh, and there he goes. No, that was that cow. And I'll show you now. There's my Mushroom Island. And if you remember from my adventure with the Ended Mine last time, I had to come to the surface, obviously, at the end of that. So what I did was I kind of dug up, found a cavern, and I found a place where there was the cavern had a hole in the roof that emptied out into this water here. And so what I did was I stacked up one stack of gravel, and I used gravel because you can then drop gravel down along the side of it, down to the bottom. So I stood here and just leaned out and just dropped gravel down, and then I did it again, and then I did it again, and then I did it again. Then I mined down through the middle and I put a ladder. And so this is just temporary. And what I'll probably do when I'm all done with that abandoned mine area and all, I probably will just go ahead and take this all out. And I might do that with some TNT in a future episode. That would be cool. The one thing about it is that, you know, it's temporary, but it really works very well. If a creeper was to blow this up, water would just flood down here. It would make a mess, but it would not be a big deal. We could deal with it. And I haven't fully explored this area, but when I was exploring it a little bit, let's see where I am now. I wrote down the coordinates exactly. I started hearing, let's see. Okay, I need to go to minus 273, and I need to go to 275. So it's that way after all, yes. I was digging around here and I heard, aha, yeah guys, and I heard lots of moaning, not just a little moaning, lots and lots of moaning, lots and lots and lots. Oops, you faked me out, did you? You faked me out, did you? And now one arrow should kill these guys. Now, it's pretty dark, isn't it, for you guys? I found that in my last video that it was way too dark. And so, actually, through the magic of computer special effects, I made it brighter for parts of it. But that was really a lot of extra work. And there's iron in there, and I should get that. But you know, we're on a mission here. Yep, there you are. But anyway, yeah, the snow golems, I didn't know that they would attack your foes. And so I was really surprised and excited when I saw the snow golems throwing all this, throwing snowballs at these guys. I thought that was really cool. Now let's see, it's real dark here, isn't it? And usually when I'm down in a cave, see, there's a lot of stuff here. Usually when I'm down in a cave, what I'll do is I'll put the I'll blaze a trail, so I'll put the let's see where we're getting closer. 275, okay, that's right, and then 273. So it's around this way. Usually what I'll do is I'll blaze a trail and I'll put the torches on the right, so that if I want to come back, let's see, I think I want to buy it now. 275. Needs to be the top. 273. I think we're above it. Alright, so we need to go down a level. We need to be down at level 23, so that's right. Sorry about that. Oops. Goodies. Okay, so 275. Hear it? Oh, do you hear it? That's it now. Alright. And they're awake. We're just I'm gonna break my rule here. One of the things with the update, the lighting effects are lagging. And that's happened before in Minecraft, and I think it's happened on the PC back when I was playing it on the PC also. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, okay, I've been up in here. And the reason I'm lighting all this up is, I don't know how close I am exactly, and the mobs could spawn outside of the spawner. I think they can spawn for like 17 blocks or something. You hear them? Right, they're in there. Okay, now I usually use iron picks, even though I have my good ones. And I have shovels, so I really should use those too, right? What level am I at? 32, so I'm actually still above them. Isn't that interesting? No. There's where I come down. I come along here. So let's figure this out. I want it to be easy to find this place. Remember, Gutmuncher's credo is try to keep it as simple as possible, right? Okay, so I'm probably right about even with them now. And I can hear them there. And they are excited. They can smell Gutmunchers, and they know that I am yummy. So they can't wait to just chomp on my brains. Look, there they are. And all I did was follow the sound. Now, if you see here, we're probably even with the floor, so I actually probably need to go up. One. Here's what we'll do. My map, I don't need it right now. The other thing is, I don't want any creepers creeping on me. So what I think I'll do is that. And now a creeper can't actually get down here and sneak up behind me, because we're in hardwood. And they are very, very sneaky. Let's see what we got. Aha! Found the back edge of it. Alright, it's time to light it up. Here's what I do. Here's how I do it. How do we kill them? This is a small one. Wow, look at this. Oh no, it's not. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's pretty small, isn't it? Yep, I think it is. I'm gonna try to put a torch in there. What I'm doing is I'm gonna light this all up as fast as I can. You know, the old Gutmuncher likes to talk. Everybody says that about me, and they're alright. Uh-oh, see? They can spawn outside of it. Oh, I'm out. Back in my hole. Aha! I'm gonna get my hearts back. And there's a skeleton, too. They brought reinforcements. Artillery. I love my new bow. Isn't that cool? One-shot kill. And it really pays off. Gosh, I don't know if you can hear me over these guys. It really pays off to take your time when you're rolling these things up on the enchantment table. To go ahead and take your time. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and quiet these guys down here. I try to get it light enough in there that more of them won't spawn. Alright. Looks to me like because this one's so small, a lot of them are spawning outside of it. Like I said, they'll do it, right? Alright, time to battle. There we go. Let's light this all up too, so they don't spawn over here. Hopefully won't get any creeps sneaking up on us. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of the Hey Ash, what you playing videos. I think they're really funny. She does Tiny Tina on Borderlands 2. And what? Here's where we came in, right? So cool. Alright. She does Tiny Tina on Borderlands 2. And this could be interesting because I don't know what's up there. There could be water. There we go. Oh. And let's go ahead and light this whole area up around that spawner too, because we want to preserve the spawner. There's going to be a lot of digging to do here. What did we get? Stuff. Right? We get cocoa beans. Man, I really want some watermelon beans or seeds. I really, really, really want them. Which axe? Which hatchet? Pickaxe. That stuff. And that stuff. That's the efficiency. You'll see how easily that thing dug through those chests, right? Okay, so that's part one, is to disable the spawner, which we've done. I don't really hear anything around me anymore, and so we're doing real good. Now, in order to do any kind of a spawner type trap, what people do is, and I've seen this on multiple videos from multiple people, I certainly didn't invent it, they'll make it 9 by 9 with the spawner actually in the center. So what you do is you count out 4 from the spawner in each direction. So we certainly want to do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that tunnel there? One of the things about doing that tunnel down the side like that is I can reach in, put in a torch, light up the area, and then that way they'll stop spawning, and as I kill them from my murder hole, they can't get me, which I always like. Okay, so we know that's 9, or that's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oops, I'm going to move that torch there. Now this needs to be lit up out here because they'll still spawn. So what I'm going to do is, I know the definition now of the room. And I know I need to have this be a safe area for me to work in because we're in hardline. And so what I'll do is, and they will spawn here in this room around me if there's an area that's dark enough. So I got 4 that way, and you also want it to be 2 blocks taller. So pop, that's good enough. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 is what we have here, so that's perfect. That's fine. It needs to be at least 2 though, and that's because things will spawn at the level of the spawner or a little bit above it. So we need room for them to stand in when they spawn, otherwise they won't spawn. We want as many to spawn as possible here in our room. In our room of doom. Alright, so we got 4, we got 4. This one's going to be a double dig here. And I also will be collecting all of this mossy stone. And it might speed this up somewhat on the video, but when I do that, then I don't think there's any sound. I'm really interested to know what you guys think of the title update 9. I love it so far. I haven't done the Ender Dragon yet, of course, because I'm just not anywhere near ready for that on my map. Okay, let's see, what should I do? What I really should do is I should come out here, make a little work area. Make this too tall. That's good enough, right? What I really need to do is I really need to make, let's see, oh, I don't need to make a chest because I have 2. So what I really need to do is someplace. But I can store this stuff for later if you don't need it. And look, I got more buckets. Yeah, I got some bread, and I probably actually will need to eat it. Nope, not yet, but I will soon. Yeah, so I'll probably carry the bread anyway. And I have cobble. I'm digging. I'm gonna put that there, and that there. And the reason is just because there's so much cobble that I'm gonna be picking up here for a few minutes anyway. This is gonna be a two-parter because I really don't want to go have my videos be so long, and also because I'm gonna have to make sure that I get all the goodies here. Like that iron there. Oh, see, this is where when I first found this, I stopped. This is where I was digging around. I came up. Eventually, somewhere around here leads back to that abandoned mine. And I heard the zombies, so I started digging this way. And when I saw this, I stopped because I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video about laying siege to a dungeon. Fix that. So I stopped right there, I wrote down the coordinates, and then I've waited since, I believe, Monday to come back here and do this. All this good stuff here. Gravel. That's no problem. Gravel. And I don't particularly care about the dirt being there. Oh, you know what? There's going to be a problem there. Because something could spawn up there. It's 2x2, isn't it? It's at least too tall. There we go. Yeah, nothing can spawn up there. And like I said, even though we're really close here, stuff could want to spawn in around us. So we have 4, 4, 4, 3. So this is the problem area. Here we go. Deal with this. And so what we do is we make a 9x9 box. The spawner's in the middle. Then we're going to want to drop down a couple so that they can spawn, so that when they spawn, they will be able to be pushed towards a hole. Alright, that done. So now let's just do this real quick. As I go, please remind me I need to put down torches. Green. I really like the mossy stone. I know a lot of people do. Like I've said before, I kind of wish you could manufacture it. But really, to me, one of the biggest things about getting a dungeon, once you get established in your world, and once you have the achievement for riding the saddle, one of the biggest things about finding a dungeon is the mossy stone. Get that mossy stone for your decorating purposes. I haven't really done a lot of building on this one yet because I've still been trying to get established where I feel comfortable on the world, and we're going to be doing some of that coming up. Quite a bit of it actually, because I really do like to build things. And I might take you to some of my other maps that I've done in the past. One of them I did this elaborate underwater tunnel with glass and drowned a million times doing it. And I see I can have zombies spawning around. So crazy like that. I hear water nearby, and that's good because one of the things I did, I was in a hurry to get down here, and I forgot to fill up that other bucket. I need 2 buckets to make an infinite water source. I always get a little nervous here. Get a little nervous here when I get close to the spawner because I really don't want to destroy it. Right? And I'll just tell you, on several maps I've done zombie traps like this. On one of them, we decided to do an XP trap. I did it this way, and it worked really well. The thing is, I have a very limited use for dog food, for the zombie meat right now, and I really kind of wish they would come up with something else to do with it. But you end up with a whole lot of zombie meat. Okay, so now there's 2 blocks open underneath it. Nothing spawning. I'm not putting torches on the walls because at the end of this, when I add the water feature, most of these torches are just going to get washed down the hole. So I need to make a decision here. First of all, I need to eat something. I don't really, but I really don't want to get have something sneak up on me and start losing hearts. I hear water over here. See, I stupidly blocked off a lot of this water. I think it's above me, which is completely useless to me. Alright, I might cut some of this out and then come back with water. But this is what happens, you know, when you're doing stuff. Okay, so anyway, we're making really good progress. And iron ore, mossy stone, 45 mossy stones. Really not very many because usually you get more. And I don't know if you see that, I always carry this with me even when I'm underground. It's my clock. That's one of the things I like to always have, even though it uses a slot there. Okay, here's water. Well, that water's useless. There you go. Love the new one. I think I have company up here. I think this is going to be the closest source of water to me. Hope you can hear me over the game sound. Yeah, it sounded like there was a zombie right here, didn't it? I'll fix that later. With that water glitch, you have to just put a block, 2 blocks under it. So I can do that with a couple pieces of cobble. Oh, it's behind me over there. Okay, no big. And I will clean this area out and get all of this, trust me. And nothing can sneak up behind me now. We have our water, and we're good to go. And so what I think I'll do from the work area here, people do the infinite water source different ways. You can do it 3 wide, 1 deep, 1. Oh man, when I get nervous, when I'm excited, I can't. Okay, now I can just draw infinite water out of that middle block. Or people will do it the other way with 4, and they'll put the water in. two of the corners, opposing corners. It does the same thing. It takes up more room. But this one's actually more stable, because with the other one, if you accidentally take out one of the end blocks, you kill your infinite water generator. So, I wonder how much time I've been on this so far. I really can't tell.